Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It is Saturday, March 25th, so you know what time it is. It's Wax Gaming Weekly Recap time, where we go through all the latest news from last week and any upcoming events in the next 10 minutes or less. We're going to go ahead. It's a busy week, so we're probably actually going to go longer than 10 minutes. First of all, I want to apologize. My upload schedule has been off quite a bit for the last week. I've been reevaluating a few things, so it will pick up here again starting next week, actually starting this weekend. So you'll start seeing a lot more videos coming back from me again. Some really good content coming. First of all, I wanted to mention, and I mentioned this in the Discord, so I wanted to announce it here. We have officially teamed up with Wombat, where we're going to go ahead and, as you've already seen, we've already put out 2 of the beginner guides, but we're going to go through the process of providing beginner guides for both Dungeon Masters, and then once the different parts of Dungeon Worlds is released, we're going to go ahead and do beginner guides for that also, and strategy, and a whole bunch of different things that we're going to work on with them. Also going to have a dungeon available that's going to be super fun for the community. So I'm excited for Dungeon Worlds to come out. I'm excited for this partnership with the Wombat team, and I hope you are too. So expect a lot more to come from that side. Also have a few other partnerships that we're working on, so hopefully we can announce those soon. Have a great group of partners, so I'm excited to continue to provide you both beginner guides and a whole lot of other videos focused on those partners that we're working with closely, and I think they're all very long-term projects, so I'm excited by that. All right, enough with the shameless plugs. Let's go ahead and dive into the news around Wax. First of all, continuing with the Wombat theme, they are launching their desktop app. If you're not familiar with the Wombat app, it's basically I don't want to necessarily call it a service, but it's a place you can go play a whole bunch of games and get rewarded for playing games. Some of the games are NFT Web 3.0 related, some of them are Web 2.0 related, but the neat thing is you can still play those and get rewards. You can get NFTs that you can use in Dungeon Masters. You can get Wombat tokens that you can either exchange or use within the game. Lots of cool things happening, and their library of games is growing and growing and growing. So now they're putting together a desktop app to go along with their mobile app. So I'm excited to check this out and start playing around with it. Next on the list is Avalon. They were actually in San Francisco this week. Technically, I think they still are. They finished the cloud version, at least the alpha cloud version of Avalon, and they are working. If you're not aware of this, they're actually talking to some consoles. For example, Nintendo. They went out to San Francisco, and I think part of the process being out there is meeting with Nintendo. I don't know all the details as of now, but this is huge. This is a huge step for Web 3.0 games. They are trying to continue to mix the 2.0 and the 3.0 to bring in more people into the community, which I think is awesome. I'm excited to watch what they're doing with this. Obviously, we're still years away from a console game for Web 3.0, but it's a huge step in the right direction. So more to see on that. That's why I'm so excited for Avalon. For many of the reasons I'm excited for Avalon. All right, next on the list we have Nuke Studios. This is mostly around the mining architect. They actually they made a few announcements this week. First of all, there is a new miner that's coming out, the Rebus. It's going to be sold on March 31st. The details around this is not quite there yet, but as far as the timing, we know it's going to be 20 UTC on Friday, March 30th. So I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I've heard anywhere that they're using the in-game token for the sale. I know in the past they've used both in-game token and Wax, so I'm curious to see what the price is going to be for this. Obviously, I'm going to be on board with it, so I'm going to be jumping and grabbing a few packs, so we'll see how I do there. In addition, they are starting to try and they've always had. Let me take a step back here. Lycos and team have always had an affinity to link other games together, whether it's Web 3.0 items or things outside of the web space or NFT space. So they are doing a couple things. They are doing a game night. They're actually launching a server for players on Rust. It's obviously for their community and also to draw other players in. Again, there's going to be NFT rewards around Rust, which is going to be really interesting to see how they do this. They also bought some land in Alien Worlds. to kind of link those together. So you'll be able to find NFTs related to Nuke Studios through there. So lots of cool things that are happening with this. I'm very high on the Nuke Studios, not just the Mining Architect, but all the other stuff that they have coming forward. So it's really interesting to see how the puzzle's slowly coming together. More to come on this. Obviously, I'll continue to follow this and provide you updates as we go through it. All right, next on the list, we have Farming Tales. They re-released the Peach Tree quest. There's a lot of people that went for the Peach Tree. Unfortunately, weren't able to get it, but there are 96 available in this new version of the quest. I think there's a maximum of 200 peach trees that they're going to have in the game, and it's just about every quest that you do in the game now involves some sort of peaches. So getting a peach tree is very important in this. This is available until supplies last, and then once they're gone, they're hit the max. The only way you can get them on the secondary market. So if you want a peach tree, you better get moving on this quest. All right, next on the list is for the Taco Universe. Cryptia Season 3 is right around the corner. April 4th, it's kicking off. You all know how important it is to jump in there right away and push through it, because a lot of the times it takes the full season to get those rewards. So make sure you're ready and to go on April 4th for this. In parallel with this, or I guess it's already been done, they are releasing skins this season. Actually, the sale happened earlier this week, where you could go ahead and grab a pack of different skins within the game. Unsure quite yet what the benefits are other than cosmetic, but it's just a neat look. I think a lot of projects are going to be doing something similar to this, give you your chance to kind of customize your look and make it more unique. Just a cosmetic way to have a little fun with it. All right, now we have, this is Afterland, just a screenshot from the game. We're still waiting for the beta to drop for this. I am hopefully going to be going ahead and giving you some videos with that. Really excited to check this game out. It has a good combination of PvP, which I think is going to be the main part of it, but there's a PvE side of it. It's a first-person shooter, which I'm better at first-person shooters from the PvE side than the PvP side, because my skills aren't that good. But the thing that's really has me excited is the lobby portion of it, and I've talked about this in the past. So I'm excited to get this out there. They're starting to drop more and more images, more and more pictures, which means we're getting closer and closer to beta. They have also provided updates throughout the weeks of where they are in the development stage, which is always nice to see. So keep an eye on Afterland. Next on the list, we have Immersions. They have actually done a partnership with a Web 2.0 game where Dan from the Immersions team is going to be the acting CEO of this team. So it'll be interesting to see how the two integrate, if there is some sort of integration, because I think this is actually a sneaky good thing. And I mentioned this with the Nuke Studios too, is more project teams are getting involved with Web 2.0 stuff, not because they want to shift away from 3.0 stuff, but they want to use that as a tool to bring in people from that space. And I think it's a very, very, very good approach. Something I'm actually considering doing myself is playing a little bit more Web 2.0 games and doing a little bit more on that in my videos, to kind of broaden my audience a little bit and then kind of bring them into the wax side. So I think it'll be pretty fun to see. I'm interested to see how this works for Dan. They did mention in here that it will not impact the development of Immersions, so be aware of that. So they're at least making a conscious effort not to have an impact of that. Realm, here's a quick update on that. There's no events happening this week for Realm, but they do have another one coming up next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, where it's going to be another one of the building bonuses events. I always think this is a little late in the season, but it's always good if you're still building up a lot of things within your cities. But it's a good event. They just finished the global event, which is always a blast, and they have a second global event coming up here on April 27th. It's neat to see they're doing 2 in a season. It's a long season, but at least they're trying to get as many global events in there, which is always fun to do. Million on Mars has another sale dropping here on March 24th. So if you're interested in that, actually started yesterday. It'd pay if I actually looked at the date. It actually started yesterday. So if you're interested in that, there's some more packs available that you can go ahead and check out. Waxful World, continuing, they do such a good job on this, continuing to update us on the housing expansion build out. They do have the moving in and out of the houses done. They did mention in here we can't test it because it involves an NFT. I expect some sort of videos and some showcases down the road from them. As soon as this expansion's available, I'm excited because it's been a while since I've done a Waxful World video. So I'm excited to go ahead and jump in there and test it out once it's available for the public. All right, and then we got a few FGL updates. There's a tournament that's going on right now. There's a sign up for the final free tournament, which the sign up ends on the 27th. So if you're all interested in that, make sure you sign up and jump in there. That's for Cosmic Clash, and then for Outlaw Troopers, the season 4. Whew, I can't believe it's already season 4. Season 4 is up and running. Again, this is my favorite FGL game. I need to get more into it. But they had a lot of features and additions to this season, so it's definitely worth checking out if you're at all interested in the game. Next, we got Forge Arena. This is a quick one. They are going to be doing, or they did do an AMA with Wax CTO. Very interesting conversation. It's out there on their Twitch, so go ahead and check it out. Definitely worth listen to because it's interesting. Like listening to Lucas and the Forge Arena team. It's just very insightful, I guess you could say. So go ahead and check that out. ZOS has a partnership, or they're continuing their partnership with Avalon World. So more to come with that. Always interesting to see. I am curious because one of my biggest things with ZOS is I love the concept. I love the team. Looking for more strategy from them, and I think they're trying to do a strategic team PvP game, which I think is going to be super interesting to take a look at. So keep an eye out for that one. More details to come on there. And then this one, this is a controversial one, but I wanted to announce it because it is something that's coming up here. If you all remember from probably about 10 months ago, Unlinked was a big thing that I was super excited about. I kept my NFTs for that. They went dormant for 8 months. So that's why I said this is a bit of a controversial one. I kept my NFTs. They are re-releasing the game. It's going to be a PvP card game, style card game, or Forsaken, blockchain brawlers. Is kind of what I'm thinking, more of a space side of it. So I'm interested to see. I think the alpha actually kicks off here soon in this third week of April. So that's coming up here. And they did mention that there is going to be a card conversion event that's going to probably happen in about a week or so. So any cards that you have from the initial release, you'll be able to convert into the new release. So you don't lose anything if you've held on to your cards. So more information to come with that. I'll probably do an update on that because I do have the cards. This is not financial advice, so do what you will. They did go dormant for 8 months, so I'm not saying to jump in, not saying not to jump in. I have the card, so I want to make sure that I do provide updates on this one also. And then last but not least, Funko has another release. Hanna-Barbera Series number 2 is being released here on March 28th. At 2 p.m. Eastern, same deal that they normally have. Actually, a smaller amount of cards, which I always wonder how they pick the cards that they're going to be dropping. Because the last couple times we did drops, they had over 60,000 packs. This one is under 40,000 packs. So I'm not really sure of the reasoning. If I remember correctly, Hanna-Barbera did very well last time. And the one that I always look at is the royalty one, which is Freddie Funko in his Letterman jacket. Not a fan of this one. I like when he dresses up as other stuff. But I know a lot of people are super interested in the Huckleberry Hound and also the Birdman. So if you're at all interested in Funko and the redeemables, there is another drop happening on March 28th. That's all we have. This is a busy week. I know I probably went over 10 minutes. Lots of exciting stuff going on. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know if I missed anything. Good chance I did because there's so much going on this week. And I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.